The Dow continued higher today, still staying above the T line, and finally reached the target we were expecting up here at the 50-day moving average. Not we were expecting, but it was an obvious target that everybody would be watching. And it got the final boost on the rumor or the news that the administration was considering lifting the tariffs on China, which is a good indication that this market strength is based upon some sort of resolution in the tariff controversy. What is even more bullish, compelling, is that the NASDAQ, after doing a little J-hook pattern, came up through the 50-day moving average and continued to trade positive. Now, it wouldn't be unlikely for it to eventually come back and test the 50 to see if it's going to act as support. But notice the little Morningstar type signal, J-hook pattern, and now a left-right combo above the 50. This would imply the bullish sentiment is still there, even though Apple's earnings were positive and their revenues were down just slightly. That shouldn't put a too much of a damper on the markets tomorrow. Because of the continued strength in the market, there are numerous chart patterns like the J-hook pattern that is very obvious that wave 1 is now kicking into wave 3, which means we can kind of calculate where our next upside target is based upon this little J-hook pattern that supported in the 50 after resisting at the 200. Now we have kind of a bobble breakout J-hook pattern, which is even more defined than just a J-hook pattern. The bobble tells you exactly where the resistance level was, tells you exactly where the support level was, and then tells you that that resistance level now is not acting as resistance. So if we can calculate that this was wave 1, we can pretty much calculate back up here in this area, the testing the highs could be the magnitude of wave 3. That same scenario can be seen in our re-recommendation of AMRN, where it came up, did the profit taking, notice the buying right smack dab on the T-line, and back up through the 50. If this was a 7-point move, the next move should take you up into the $25, $26 range. This is not rocket science. This is just graphically evaluating what human nature does time after time. Because of our expectations coming out of a pattern, we can see what's happening on THO, one of the recreational vehicle companies. We can see the frypan bottom. And notice where we are right now. Right at the breakout point where this frypan bottom pretty much started. This is a difference between analyzing where a signal is occurring, which is in the oversold area, or whether a pattern breakout is occurring, which usually occurs when the stochastics are in the overbought area. This becomes a high probability trade. First of all, we had a left-right combo that took us up through the 50. Secondly, we had a doji sandwich that told us the 50 was definitely not acting as resistance anymore. A positive open tomorrow would create another doji sandwich, telling us that the resistance level of the the frypan bottom was not acting as resistance, putting you in an area where, what do we expect coming out of a frypan bottom? A very strong price move. So we're able to analyze not only where the strong charts are, but if we can analyze that the markets are still moving up steadily, that the strong charts are going to perform that much better. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.